A coin for an old beggar.
For an old beggar.
Ah, how quaint. How do you do?
Boy.
A sweet roll? But of course, Salmo is famous for his sweet rolls. One taste, and you are in heaven. On top of the world, yes? Take care.
Sweet rolls. God hater.
What
damn.
is it?
Join the guild and fight for gold.
Huh. You look like a dwarf. Okay. You work out of the basement. Creepy. Oh, cheap wine. Maybe you have some brandy. No. Okay. Hello.
So, you've brought something for me to examine.
How did you know? Oh, we already talked. I have some minerals.
Let's do business.
Okay.
Yes, this is a genuine Nernroot sample. Very nice quality, in fact. That gives me an idea. Since you already know what they look like, do you feel up to a bit of a collecting expedition?
Why not? Yeah.
Excellent. But before you go, you're going to need to learn a bit more about Nernroot. Otherwise, you may walk in circles and never find any.
I already know about Nernroots. But sure, tell me.
A few years ago, an adventurer not unlike yourself sold me a musty old tome containing alchemical formulas. Most of them were worthless. But one of the moldy pages contained a recipe for a potion known as an Elixir of Exploration, a sort of ultimate dungeon delver's brew.
Okay.
The formula looked sound, except it required an extremely rare ingredient. Yes, you guessed it, the Nernroot.
What was this the potion
I
do?
put the book aside because, frankly, I had so many other delicate experiments going on that I just didn't have the time to go plant hunting. Now that you're here, that changes things.
Tell me about this,
The
potion.
Elixir of Exploration is a multi-purpose potion that was obviously created with the dungeon explorer in mind. The formula describes many magnitudes of the brew. If you're interested, I wrote a short missive about it for the Imperial Alchemy Symposium. You bring me 10 samples of Nernroot, and I'll make the elixir available to you at a huge discount, as well as give you one for free.
Cool.
The best place for you to start would be Shade Leaf Copse, which is a part of the Great Forest northeast of here.
Shade
Good luck,
Farms.
and hurry back with more of the Nernroot.
Okay. Great Forest northeast. Ah, okay. Let's read about the potion. Nernroot missive. This brings me to my next subject, the glowing root known as Nernroot. Although the oddly tenacious root grows almost anywhere a significant body of water is present, this root is extremely rare, and I believe soon to be extinct. I myself have yet to come across one of the gnarled shoots, as they are rarely in sight of the road that crossed Cyrodiil. According to the records of the noted imperial herbalist Shivius Regalium, the Nernroot once flourished and could be found all over the country, but he suspected a cataclysm event severely stunted their growth. Although many scholars reject the proposal that the Fun's death event of First Era 668 catastrophically affected plant life, Shivius feels that the Nernroot's lineage was damaged by a lack of sun for a full year. Whereas other plant species tend to find a way, the Nernroot's mysterious magical nature made it especially susceptible adaptable to this climate shift. While this may or may not be the case, it's certainly true that the recorded sightings of Ninrut are declining as the years pass. The most perplexing facet of Shivya's studies is that his nose described root as having a yellowish glow, contrary to his fact. The Ninrut of today has a soft bluish or blue-white glow. Unfortunately, since not many studies of the Ninrut were performed from Shivya's day until now, it's unknown when or why this occurred. What I'm proposing today is that the Ninrut, even though merely a plant, sensed impending extinction and therefore changed its own nature to survive. One of the more obvious facets of today's Ninrut that supports this theory is the fact that it can now survive underground without any sunlight at all. While it's true that generally only mosses and fungi grow in these environments, I have two signed positions by persons claiming that they sighted the Ninrut in deep caves. Not once in Shivya's copious notes is a subterranean Ninrut mentioned, but how could this be? How could a surface-dwelling plant suddenly begin appearing in new locations, radically different from its normal habitat? The answer, my fellow alchemists, is nestled within Shivya's own notes. Although he spends a great deal of time with the Ninrut in his laboratory, the one thing he neglected to test at a high enough level of detail was the soil. As stated previously, Shivya felt that the Pun's death, the eruption of Red Mountain, contributed to the demise of the Ninrut. Agreed. My amendment to that proposal is that the ash that fell from the sky that entire year mixed with the soil, and again, due to the magical nature of the root, contributed to the aforementioned changes. The ash became a catalyst of sorts, forcing a change in the very makeup of the Ninrut. Although very little ash from that dark time remains, I have done tests of newer ash samples sent to me from Wonderfell. They show little to no magical properties, certainly none of which could affect a plant to that magnitude. However, the rare occurrence of what's known as ash cult in the normal ash does certain very potent magical abilities. In fact, some native Dunmer are said to harness that ability to create a cure for the blight, which pervaded their realm many years ago. I feel this magic, shared with the Ninrut's inherent magic, caused a radical change. In essence, the root healed itself. To surmise, my two proposals are certainly linked. The plant needed to survive and therefore used a byproduct of its destructor to do so. No other plant in nature has ever come close to this metamorphosis. I feel the Ninrut has accomplished in a relatively short amount of time what it would take other species millions of years to complete. Whatever the case may be, one thing is certain: the Ninrut is on a path to destruction. It contains untapped potential to create potions, the likes of which have never been seen in our day. I propose to you today what we divert a small portion of our funds to an expedition to collect some of these roots to study. I have outlined this proposal for you perusal after this section of the symposium. Please seriously consider this proposal before it becomes too late and the Ninrut becomes nothing but a memory. Thank you for your time. This was useless because it didn't tell me anything about the potion. Sad news bears. But yeah, if I remember correctly,
what is it?
in this game, if you collect a Ninrut, it disappears forever, so there's only a limited amount of Ninruts in this game. Whereas in Skyrim, they actually grow back, and I think every plant in Skyrim and probably in this game as well grow back within either 24 hours or 48, whereas Ninrut I think grows back in 1 month. But yeah, in this game I don't think they grow back. But yeah, paranoia. Howling Cave who has been stealing. But after I made the correct offering, Merida appeared and spoke to me. Later told me of a cult of necromancers in the Howling Cave who have been stealing from graves in order to raise an undead army. Merida wants the necromancers killed. I can reach them from a secret door in the back of the cave. There's a back of the cave? Maybe I should have went that way. Anywho, so how many letters do we have? 21. Oh, I can give him 10 now. Wherever he is. Actually, no, let's not do it now. Let's do it later. Let's go find the guy. It's 4 o'clock almost. I don't really know what to tell him. I don't think the guy was following him, but then again, I kinda missed it.
Have pity, sir. I got nothing to eat.
I got nothing to eat. Right, okay. Just gonna stand here. Forever. Ah, nice. No.
Tell me what you learned about Tutius Sextius.
He is not really watching you.
Really? So you're saying that neither Bernadette Penniless or Tutius Sextius is part of the conspiracy against me? Hard to believe.
What about your reward?
Yes, the gold that you value so highly. I wonder what price betrayal. Never mind that. Well, we shall see. I do have one more name for you.
I thought there were 4. Who else?
Do you know David Sorelli? Yes, of the famous Sorelli vineyards.
Oh.
Pillar of the community, etc. Who would ever suspect him?
Nobody.
Perfect cover for the ringleader of the whole conspiracy. He watches my house constantly. You'll see. He leaves his house early each morning. Watch him and report back to me here at midnight as usual. Make sure he doesn't notice you.
How about this guy?
I was sure he was part of the conspiracy. Sure of it. I guess it just goes to show... Well, we'll see what it goes to show, won't we? Be careful. David Sorelli is the ringleader. You must not let him catch you watching him.
Where is his house? No, wait.
I told you not to speak to me in public.
This is not public. Is that his house? Oh, he's leaving. Oh. How does he look like? Is that you?
Greetings.
Shamir. Is that him?
Yes. Yes.
He's leaving the town as well.
Hi there.
Hello. Kinda sad to tell him that he's not being watched by anyone. Because, you know, he now thinks that I'm being bribed. He might kill me. Try to. Okay. Now I'm looking suspicious, waiting almost 24 hours behind the chapel. Just standing there, doing nothing. Psst.
So, what did you discover about the upstanding David Surly?
You're out of your mind, man.
Just as I suspected! They've gotten to you, too! Not one of them involved in the conspiracy, and you expect me to believe that?
Yes.
Now I know for sure that they are all in on it, and therefore they all have to die, starting with you!
Guards.
You're outmatched, Elf. Ow!
And to think I trusted you.
Glather's dead. My attempts to convince him that there was no conspiracy against him ended in tragedy. I wonder what would have happened if I told him that they are spying on him. He would have sent me to kill those guys. I think that's what I did in the first, in my first playthrough. Just, you know, as a joke, I told him that yeah, everyone is spying on him. Where was his house? Ah, that's the Surreal brother. Baker. He was standing in front of Tamika's house. Who's Tamika?
How do you do?
Brilliantly. Ah. Interesting reads. Gold nugget cheese, he has so many bugs on everything. Well, anyway, this is going to be it for now. In the next episode, we will go collect a few nin roots. Actually, I'll put this as my task. We will go... What? Oh, I already found them. No, I want to go. I hope I'll remember. Actually, I've been there before. You know what? Let's just kind of point our character towards that place, because I want to go there and collect a few nin roots. Then we will travel to other mages guilds. We will deliver the staff that we've been holding onto for a long time. I think since we got expelled from the Mages Guild. I remember I tried to deliver the staff, but I couldn't because I wasn't technically part of the guild anymore. But yeah, so we'll deliver that, and I think we only need to collect maybe 1 or 2 more recommendations, or maybe we're done with that, I don't know. But we are nearing the end, so that's all. I would say we are nearing the start of the actual Mages Guild, which is the university. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you are too. So thank you for watching, guys, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!